Okay, we are doing chapter 5 in this book now. It's economic data. We're using economic data to do some forecasting. And let me introduce you to a few things first before we start that we're going to need. So there's a new type of graph called a horizon graph. And I guess it was developed by this company here, Panopticon. And let's take a look at how it works before we use it. You'll see it's kind of interesting. At first I didn't understand how to read it, but actually when I saw this video I saw that it was not very hard to read. Let's see. So suppose you have a graph like this, which you then color, they say, in 6 bands. So you can see here's a dark red, and a less dark red, and a less dark red, and here's a blue, and a darker blue, and I think there's a darker blue here, maybe. Okay, so the dark red means very low, or maybe very negative, and this is a little less negative, and this is less negative, and then this is positive, and more positive, and so on. So watch what they do now. So the minus side is flipped up, and then they bring this down. So they're going to do it again. So they bring that up, and they get this. Okay, so the idea of this is that it allows you to show more in a smaller space. So you can see, for example, in this region it was very positive. So you just look at the darker color to know what was happening there, I guess. Here you know in this region it was negative, and in this region it was very negative. Okay, so once you get used to it, you can read this, and it shows. You can see that this takes up a lot less space than the larger graph did. So that here, oops, I lost it. So for example here, we can put a whole lot of graphs together, and we can fit them all into a relatively small space. There's many graphs here, and then it allows you to sort of compare them more easily this way. By the way, this comes from this website. I don't think there's something wrong with my URL here, but it's called DataWatch, and I guess they have a lot of different graphs visualization tools here. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is a package in R called QuantMod, Quantitative Financial Modeling and Trading Framework for R. So I guess this is specifically for people who are doing trading. Let's take a look at it. So they say it's possible with one QuantMod function to load data from a variety of sources, including Yahoo Finance, the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, which is called FRED, where they have 11,000 different economic time series data. Google Finance, this one I don't know, but it's for FX and metals. MySQL databases, that is your own data. R binary formats, comma-separated values, and more to come. So let's look at this example. Once you've loaded this package called QuantMod, once you've installed it and loaded it, you use a function called getSymbols, and this is the symbol for Yahoo stock. So you put in the symbol for the stock, and you say where you want to grab this from. So this is from Google Finance, and what you get is something like this returned to you. And then if you just type this in, you will get all the stock data, historical stock data on Yahoo. Let's try it. By the way, one thing I just learned about R, if you want to change something and have it change like the GUI, which I always do, so I go here, and then I go to here and I change it to something larger, and I change this. I didn't realize it, but you can click Save here and save it wherever you're going to be opening up R, and then if I open up R, it will just open up like this all the time. So you might want to, I guess there are other settings you can also save. Okay, let me install QuantMod. Let me install this. And let's try that one piece of code that we just saw. So let's try this. I have to do the library first. Okay, so I did that. Now I'll try it again. Okay, now let's just type. And you get this data. So you get, this is, I don't know how far back it goes, but 2000, I think, oh, it goes very far back. Okay, and then this is the most current price and the volume and so on. For example, it was the open price, the high, the low, closing price, and the volume. Okay, let's explore a little bit more of this in the next video.